Hi, and welcome to today's chair yoga class. You'll need a chair, some comfortable clothes, your choice to keep your shoes on, take your shoes off, go barefoot. But let's get started finding our seats and our seated mountain pose. Taking a few moments to settle in, finding a comfortable position, both feet resting fully and comfortably on the floor. Both hips resting fully and comfortably on our chairs. Let's bring our shoulders up, back, and down, gently lengthening through the crown of our head, feeling our spine slightly aligned. And just bringing ourselves into the moment. Beginning to let go of all the worries, all the stress, all the tension of our day. Moving from outward to within as we begin connecting with the rhythm of our breathing. Breathing in and out through our nose if that's accessible for us today. And just noticing our inhalation, our exhalation, whether our breaths are smooth or choppy, whether they're shallow or deep. We're not judging, we're not changing, we're just moving our awareness to how we're feeling today. And as we're connecting with the movement of our breath, let's also begin to gently scan through our bodies. Just maybe noticing any areas that feel tight, areas we might be holding on to tension and stress. And again, not really needing to change anything, but just being aware, checking in with our body. Acknowledging any areas that we know might need a little extra attention today. Let's begin to flow our breath, moving more rhythmically, more deeply, more fully. As we take a nice, long, relaxing inhalation in, maybe bringing our attention to a slight expansion in our belly, and then a slight contraction of our belly as we exhale. Evening out, smoothing out our inhalations and exhalations. And as we breathe, we might begin to notice that our bodies feel a little more relaxed, our minds a little quieter, feeling our physical presence on our chairs, our awareness within our bodies. As we breathe, let's let go of any expectations we might have of our practice today, along with our worries, our anxious thoughts, all judgment, and any competition. Each of us will be doing our yoga practice for our bodies for today. So please feel free to modify when necessary, challenge ourselves when we can. Each of us finding that balance of ease and efforts in our practice today. Let's take 5 more relaxing inhalations and exhalations through our nose. Scanning through our bodies once more, continuing to relax our tight muscles, release our tense joints, quiet the chatter in our mind as we bring ourselves fully into this moment. And one last inhalation and exhalation through our nose. And feel free to keep your eyes closed or gently open them as we take an inhalation and gently lift our chin toward the ceiling. Again, finding our range of motion, moving safely. Exhale, we're going to tuck our chin all the way down to our chest. Inhale, chin extends up, making sure we don't tip our head back too far. We're lifting our chin toward the ceiling so we don't pinch the back of our neck. And exhale, chin tucks down. Let's inhale one last time. And then as we exhale, tucking our chin down, let's pause here. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Next inhalation, we're going to gently roll our right ear to our right shoulder. Exhale, let's come back to center. And then inhale, left ear to left shoulder. So making a little semicircle, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. And just working out that tension in the back of our neck, along the tops of our shoulders. We're still moving with our breath. Let's go one more time to each side, gently flowing right ear to right shoulder. And then back to chin to chest. And then left ear to left shoulder. Gently bringing chin to chest once more. Take an inhale here. Exhale, we're going to just float that chin back up to our neutral spine. Gently reach to the crown of our head. Bring our arms to our side. And we're going to do some shoulder rolls forward. You might feel a little creaking and cracking like I do. We're inhaling and exhaling. Let's do one more forward shoulder roll. And then we're going to reverse and do some shoulder rolls to the back. Let's do two more. Just massaging out that tension. And then as we relax our shoulders down and back, bring our hands to our tops of our thighs. Just take a moment, maybe feeling a little more spacious along the sides of our neck, a little less stress in our shoulders. Let's bring that right hand. We're going to inhale, slide your right hand towards your ribs, moving into a gentle lateral stretch, and exhale, bring that arm down. And then inhale, we'll do the same on the left side. So we're moving into our lateral flexion flow. Maybe we can bring our fingertips to our shoulders and lift our elbow a little bit. Or maybe we want to keep our hands sliding up our thigh. Your choice, depending on how you feel today. Or maybe we can bring that arm all the way up and over, inhaling and exhaling. Both hips stay on the chair. We're lengthening through one side of our body, lengthening through one side of our spine, moving with our breath, listening to our body. Let's do one more each side. One more inhale. Do the right side. One more inhale through the left side. Let's inhale both arms overhead. Maybe even bring our gaze up. And then as we exhale, we're going to sweep our arms down and lightly rest them on our lap. We're going to move into our flexion and extension of our spine, front to back, with our cat-cow flow. So I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see what I'm doing. I've got my feet on the floor, hip distance apart, my hands on our thighs, and I've got some space behind me. On an inhale, we're going to start to lift our sternum forward, let our shoulders relax, opening up through the front of our chest, front of our rib cage, and our cow pose. And then as we exhale, we're going to tuck our chin, roll our shoulders forward, pull our belly in, tuck our tailbone, rounding the back of our spine like we're arching our back like a cat in cat pose. Inhale, let's come back through cow, opening through the front, and then exhale, we're opening through the back. Again, moving in our range of motion, flexion and extension. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do two more. One more inhale into cow. And one more exhale into cats. Next inhale, we're going to come up into that neutral spine again, aligning our spine. Taking a moment here, and we're going to move our spine one more way, doing our spinal twists. Again, being very gentle with ourselves. Take a nice inhale, lengthen our spine. As we exhale, just a gentle twist to the right. Inhale back to center, and exhale, a gentle twist to the left. Inhale, center. So we're not pulling ourselves into our twist. We're letting the muscles along the spine do all the work. Inhaling center, exhaling into our twists. Do one more twist to each side, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Good, as we come back to center, close your eyes for a moment, take a few breaths, maybe roll those shoulders one more time. And just a little warm up for our hands. We're gonna take our hands and we're gonna do some wrist circles. Feel free to move your fingers as well, and then we're gonna circle our wrists in the other direction. Good, and then we're gonna spread our fingers nice and wide, and then make a gentle fist. Spread them nice and wide, and make a fist. Spread them nice and wide, and make a fist. Let's do it one more time. Spread them nice and wide, make a fist. And then we're going to take our thumb and index finger and just lightly press together, and then go to our middle finger, our ring finger, our pinky, and then back. Just getting into those little finger joints. You can do both hands at one time. You can do it alternating. Your choice here. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep breathing. And just gently move through our little O's, making little O's with our thumb, tip, and fingertip. Let's go through them one more time. Good, and then shake out those hands, roll those shoulders. Take another breath. We can rest our hands on our lap, palms down or palms up, whatever feels more comfortable. And again, let's just take a few moments to recenter, to breathe. Maybe already feeling a little more relaxed. Good, eyes open or closed. We're gonna gently just lift that right leg up and then the left leg. So just a little gentle seated march, getting into our lower body warm up. And again, you go through your range of motion. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping that spine long, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Let's inhale, right leg one more time, and exhale. And now we're going to gently bring this right leg up. We're going to gently hold it. We're just going to do some hip circles. Again, in our range of motion. 3 or 4 circles in one direction, and then when you feel ready, reverse and circle in the other direction. Good, and then we're going to gently put that leg down, gently pick up the other leg, and do some hip circles here. You might notice one hip's a little tighter than the other, that's fine. Again, just going through the range of motion for whichever joint you're working. Let's reverse. One more circle. And then with both legs down, we're going to inhale, gently extend the right leg, and exhale it down, and then the left leg. So we're gently reaching through the heels. We extend, feeling our quadriceps activate. Warming up our knee joint, warming up our leg muscles. Let's do one more leg extension each side. Good, then the next time that right leg comes out, we're going to do a few flex and points down to our calves and ankles. Good, and then some ankle circles. Feel free to spread out if you can. Circling in one direction and then circling in the other direction. Good, then slowly lower that leg, and let's extend the other one. Point and flex. Good, and then circles. First in one direction, and then in the other direction. Good, let's bring that leg down, shake everything out. Take a breath or two here. So we're gonna end our warm-up, kind of going through our whole body. We're gonna do a seated salutation. So any salutation is just one breath, one movement. So we're gonna go through this a few times so we can figure this out. So we're gonna find our mountain pose, seated mountain, feet on the floor, hips on the chair, long spine. Relax your shoulders, connect with the breath. Start with our hands to our heart. We're gonna inhale, both arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Keep the palms together as we inhale. Bring those arms right back up. As we exhale, we're going to bend our elbows. As we inhale, just the right arm reaches up. Exhale it down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale it down. Inhale, both arms sweep overhead. As we exhale, we're just going to hinge forward a little bit and circle down. Keep that spine long. This is called sunflowers. Inhale, both arms overhead. And as we exhale, we're just going to bring that right arm behind and twist. As we twist, we're going to extend our left leg. And then we're going to come back to center. And then we're going to bring that left arm and right leg. So left arm goes back, right leg comes forward. Exhale back to center. So that's the whole salutation. We're going to go through it 3 more times. So inhale, both arms sweep overhead. Exhale down through heart center. Palms together as we inhale back up. Exhale down through moonflowers. Inhale, right arm sweeps up and over. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale down. Inhale, both arms. Exhale, sunflowers, little hinge, keep the spine long, circle down. You decide how big a circle, how far down. And then as we exhale, remember, right arm goes back, we're twisting left leg forward, come back to center, and then the other way, right leg, left arm. Exhale, back to center. 2 more flows, inhale. Exhale, down through heart center. Inhale. Exhale, moonflowers. Inhale, right arm, nice lateral stretch. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, both arms sweep up. Sunflowers as we circle down. Using our core, inhale. Right leg back, right arm back, left leg comes forward. Extending out. And then opposite. Good, let's go through our flow 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right up through center. Exhale, moonflowers. Inhale the right arm. Exhale down. Inhale left arm. Exhale down. Inhale both arms, sweep overhead. As we exhale, circle down, little hinge forward, sunflowers. Right arm, left leg. And then come back to center. Left arm, right leg. And then come back to center, come back to seated mountain. Feel free to move any way that feels good, taking a breath or 2 here. And then we're going to transition for our standing poses, using the chair for our stability and support. So when we're ready, we're going to gently come to a standing position and walk around to the back of our chairs. So as we come to our standing mountain pose, both feet are flat on the floor, connected. We've got our ankles, our knees, our hips aligned, our hips and shoulders lightly holding onto the chair if we need to. Feel free to roll our shoulders back and down, gently lengthen along the spine, reaching gently through the crown of the head. Finding our center, finding our stability. Taking a breath or 2 here. And then we're going to gently just lift one heel up and the other. So just a little stretch, just kind of pumping. Getting those legs woken up. Good, then let's gently bring both heels back down to the floor. Gently holding onto the chair. Let's inhale, we're going to lift both heels. Exhale, release them down. Inhale, lift both heels. And exhale, bring them down. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, both heels. Exhale, bring them down. Definitely holding onto the chair here. We're going to inhale, let's lift our toes. Slightly rocking back. So we're not leaning back. We're just keeping that spine long and then gently bring those feet back down. Inhale, lift. And lower. Let's lift the toes 1 more time. And then we're gonna do alternating. So we're gonna inhale, lift the heels, exhale down, inhale, lift the toes. Inhale, heels, exhale down, inhale, toes. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. Shaking that out. Roll the shoulders. Let's find mountain, find our breath. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna reach our right arm straight overhead. Find your range of motion. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, left arm. Let's do the right arm again. Again, we're moving with our breath. Inhale, left arm reaches overhead. Exhale, bring it down. And we inhale with just the right leg so we can slide it back, coming onto the toes, or we can lightly lift it up, bring it back in. Inhale, left leg. So we're alternating legs. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left leg back. So let's add an arm and a leg. Let's inhale, right arm, right leg. Exhale, down. Left arm, left leg. So again, maybe our arm just comes to here. Maybe we keep our toe on the floor. Maybe we lift it up. Let's do right arm, right leg one more time. Exhale down, and then left arm, left leg. Let's wake up our brains a little bit. Let's inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale it down, and then left arm, right leg. So working both sides of our brain, both sides of our body. Let's go one more time. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, left leg. Good. Let's come back to center. Roll the shoulders. Come back to mountain. Making sure our feet are hip distance apart. We're going to move into a chair flow. So as we move into chair, we're going to hinge forward just a little bit, bend our knees, and then move our hips back like we're sitting into a chair behind us. So maybe it's a bar stool. It doesn't have to be very low. And then we're going to come back up. Inhale. We're going to reach back. Exhale, press through the heels to come up. So we're going to slide those hips back, knees stay behind the toes. So it's a yoga squat, kind of what we call a chair pose. And let's see if we can add an arm. So as we inhale, maybe bring that right arm forward as we go into chair, and exhale out, and then left arm. Right arm into chair, and left arm into chair. We're going to do 2 more flows, alternating arms, and then we're going to hold our pose. Get a little strengthening of our lower body. So next inhale, we're going to move into chair. So feel the core engaged, knees stay behind the toes, spine is long. Your choice to keep your hands on the chair, or maybe lift one arm, maybe lift both arms. Relax the shoulders and breathe. One more inhale as we exhale, hands to chair first, as we come up out of chair, and maybe just shake everything out a little bit. So we're going to move into a warrior one. So I'm going to switch around so you can see my right side. Let's find our mountain pose to start. Holding onto the chair. Our feet are hip distance apart, and we're going to step our right foot back. So it's going to stay hip distance apart. So imagine you're on railroad tracks. And then you're going to turn your right toes out slightly. So if it was a clock, if your foot was straight forward, it would be 12 o'clock. You're going to go maybe to 2 o'clock. And then you're going to bring your hips to the front. On an inhale, just bend that left knee. Right leg stays straight. Right heel stays down. Inhaling and left. Exhaling. Good. Maybe we can add an arm. So bring that right arm overhead. As we exhale, we're going to bring our arm to cactus. So as we're bending the left knee, we're bending our right arm. Coming in and out of our pose. Left hand is still on the chair. Let's do 2 more warrior one flows. And then we're going to hold. So next time we inhale, we're going to bend that left knee, bend that right elbow. Your choice to bring that left elbow up as well, holding our warrior one. You can also bring your hands to your heart. You can keep both hands on the chair. You decide what your warrior one is going to look like today. Breathing, feeling the strength in both legs, the length of the spine. Relax the shoulder and jaw, breathe. One more inhale as we exhale. Bring the left hand to the chair and extend the right arm straight out. So we're going to move into humble warrior. Take an inhale here as we exhale. We're just going to do a little hinge forward, humbling ourselves. And again, your choice to keep your left hand on the chair or a left arm out for humble warrior, breathing here. One more inhale, exhale, let's bring both hands to the chair, come up with the upper body, and then we're going to start to walk our left foot back, and we're going to find a downward dog. So we're going to keep our arms, our hands on the chair, we're going to lengthen our arms, we're going to reach our hips back, and we're going to lengthen through our spine. You feel free to bend your knees, so imagine that your tailbone is trying to poke into the wall behind you. Downward dog, lengthening here. Just feel the spine lengthening, the back of the legs. Take a few breaths here. One more inhale, then as we exhale, we're going to very slowly walk our way back up towards our chair. Finding mountain pose, maybe roll those shoulders. And let's take a breath or two here. Just checking in with our body. We have one more side to go. So we're going to do our warrior on the other side. So from our mountain pose, we're going to step our left foot back, turn our toes out, so it'll be about 10 o'clock now, and then just begin by bending and unbending. So if you feel a little wobbly, you can walk your right foot farther out. You can make your stance wider front to back. So the wider sideways, the more stability. The wider front to back, the more challenging. So you find your warrior one. And when you're ready, we're going to add the left arm moving into cactus. Right hand is still in the chair here, so find your center here. Connect with the breath. Check in with your body. You want to check your knee, check your back. One more flow, then we're going to hold our warrior one once more. So keep that left heel down. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Your choice to add the other arm, finding warrior one in cactus. Just gently pull those elbows back. So we're widening across the chest, strengthening our upper back. Spread the fingers. Keep the spine long, maybe even a smile as we breathe in warrior one. Feeling the strength of our pose. Feeling strong and calm in our bodies. That balance of ease and effort, holding our warrior one. Take one more inhalation. As we exhale, we're going to bring that right hand to the chair. Left arm reaches straight out, a little bit below the shoulder. Take an inhale here, exhale. Let's move into humble warrior. So we're pressing, we feel a little more weight in that right leg. Press through that left heel. Keep your core engaged. Your choice to bring that right arm out to humble warrior. Relax the shoulders, breathe here. One more inhale, exhale. Let's bring both hands to the chair. And we're going to step our right foot back. Let's find our downward dog one more time. Reaching back. Feel free to keep your knees bent here. We want the spine to be nice and long. And we're breathing in our downward dog. Reaching that tailbone out behind us. One more inhale here and exhale. We're going to slowly make our way back up to our mountain pose. Roll the shoulders, take everything out. And we'll have a balanced pose before we take our seats again. So we're going to do tree pose. So let's come to the right side of our chair. We're going to have the chair for stability here. And we're going to, our tree trunk or our standing leg is our left leg. So we're going to shift our weight to our left leg and pick up our right heel. So we're going to inhale and bring that knee to the side and exhale back to center. So as we move that knee out, you can feel your glute activate, the outside of your hip. These are our stabilizing muscles. Next time that knee goes out, let's hold it there and just slide that heel to the ankle. And maybe this is chair pose. Maybe we bring one arm up. We can keep this hand on the chair or hover it. Maybe we bring our hands to our heart, or maybe we give our tree some limbs. And then if we'd like a little more challenge, we can start maybe picking up our toes, lifting up our leg, finding our tree pose. Keep lengthening through the spine. Keep those hips strong center, so we don't want to kick that hip out. Breathing here, find one point to look at. Remember, we feel a little unstable or it's very windy today for us. We can keep a hand on the chair or just hovering. One more inhale, exhale. Let's come out of our tree pose, shake everything out, and we have one more side to go. So coming to the left side of our chair. Right leg is now our standing leg. Think of the roots, our foot as the roots, our leg, strong tree trunk. Pick up that left heel, so we're on the ball of our foot, bringing that knee in and out. Just activating the glutes in the outer hip. Good, bring that knee out, slide that ankle in, and then again, finding our tree pose. Whatever works for us today, you can challenge lifting that toe, even just for a breath or two, or maybe bringing that foot and holding on in the chair, holding onto the chair. Your choice to find your tree pose. One more inhale as we exhale. We're going to lower out of tree. Give everything a nice shake, roll the shoulders, and as we're ready, we're going to take a seat back in our chairs. Coming to our seated mountain pose once more. So take a moment, feel free to close your eyes, connect once more with the breath. And just let our bodies, let's acknowledge everything that we're feeling through our practice so far. We've warmed up, we've strengthened, we've balanced. Let's take one more inhalation, exhalation. And then we might want to scoot our feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to climb our rope. So on an inhale, we're going to reach that right arm up and bring it down, and then the left arm. So just alternating, lengthening through one side. We could also be picking apples, or we could be climbing a rope, whatever works for you. But again, we're still moving with our breath, lengthening through one side, lengthening through the other. Next time that right arm reaches up, we're going to bring our gaze up there. Take an inhale here as we exhale. We're going to bring that arm all the way back and down, following our hand. And then we're going to come all the way up and cross it over, making a little rainbow. Going to our knee, or maybe a little to the outside of our knee. We're going to follow our hand. Let's do that one more time. And then coming all the way back up, and then let's circle down. And let's just pause for a moment, maybe feeling slightly different on the right side than you do on the left. So let's even ourselves up. We're going to do a few more rope climbs or pick a few more apples. And then the next time your left arm is reaching up, gaze up, take an inhale and exhale, and then we're going to inhale, bring that arm back and down, following that hand, bring it all the way up. So we're making an arc, making a rainbow. Inhaling and exhaling. As long as you're breathing, whatever pattern of breathing works for you. But again, we're breathing in and out through our nose. We're moving with our breath. One last time. Then all the way up. And bring that arm down. Roll those shoulders, walk your feet back till they're hip distance apart, and take a breath or two in mountain. We're going to inhale, both arms overhead. And then as we exhale, palms down, we're going to reach out. Relax the shoulders and then just reach like you're trying to touch the walls on either side of your room, really lengthening through those fingertips. One more inhale. As we exhale, we're going to start to bring our arms behind you. I'm going to turn sideways so maybe you can get a little bit better view of what I'm doing. Bring the arms behind you and then bend the elbows. Plant one palm on the back of each hip and then gently pull the elbows together. Lift the chin, open the heart, seated camel. Breathing here. One more inhale. As we exhale slowly, let your arms float back to center. Coming back to seated mountain pose. Taking a breath or two here. And then we're going to walk our feet so they're wider than hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, both arms overhead. Then we're going to exhale and bring our arms to cactus. So our legs are wide. Press out through the inner thighs. Press back through the elbows. Just take a breath or two here. Goddess pose. Or moonflower pose. From here, we're going to straighten our right leg. So as we straighten that right leg, we're down on the heel, the toe is up, and then we're going to slightly rotate our body. So we're facing this straight leg. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to float to one side. We're going to bring this left forearm to the left thigh. Keep this, maybe bring this hand to our hip. We're in side angle. So we're reaching through that right side. We're lengthening through our spine, reaching through the crown of our head. Maybe we bring our fingertips. Maybe we extend our arm overhead. Side angle. If you'd like, you can bring that arm over your ear. Extended side angle. Breathing here. Lengthening through the right side of our body. One more inhale, exhale. We're going to slowly come back out. Rebend that right knee, pausing here. Again, maybe noticing slight differences between the left and right sides of our body. Let's inhale, both arms overhead once more. Exhale, let's find cactus. Take a breath or two here. Find the length in our spine, the stability in our back and our hips. And then left leg is going to extend out. We're going to slowly rotate. So we're kind of facing that right leg. Take an inhale here, exhale. We're hinging over to the right. Bring that right forearm to that right thigh. Bring that left hand to the hip, lengthen through the spine. Or bring fingertips to shoulder. Arm straight up or arm over the ear. Again, find your side angle that feels right for you today. Try to keep a length in the spine from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. One more inhale, exhale. We're going to slowly come back out. Rebend that left leg. Take a breath or two here, and then we're going to heel toe our feet back to seated mountain. Taking a breath or two here. Feel free to roll the shoulders. Take a few calming, centering breaths. Let's inhale, both arms overhead. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our hands to heart center. Actually, we're going to cross our arms. Let's cross our arms. So we're going to do one final seated twist. So we're crossing our arms so that we can't pull ourselves in the twist. We're going to let the muscles do the work. So on an inhale, we're going to lengthen our spine. Exhale, we're going to gently twist to the right. So your choice, you can keep your head looking straight ahead. You can keep your chin aligned with your sternum, Or you can gently bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Let's take 3 or 4 calming, centering breaths here. Feel free to inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, maybe moving a little bit more into the twist. Strengthening and adding flexibility to our spine. One more inhale, exhale, we're going to slowly unwind. Pause for a moment. See which hand is on top of our cross. We're going to bring our arms out, and then we're going to recross the other way, which feels awkward. Let's take a nice inhale, and as we exhale, so as we inhale, we're lengthening the spine, we're going to slowly begin our twist to the left. Again, feel free to not move your head at all, to keep it in line with your body, or look over your left shoulder, breathing here in our spinal twist. One more inhale. As we exhale, we're going to slowly unwind, coming out of our twist. Let's roll our shoulders one more time. Take a few relaxing breaths. And as we begin our transition into final relaxation, feel free to make any other movements as we find a comfortable seated mountain. Feel free to scoot back and even use the support of the back of the chair. As long as you're not slumping in the chair, we want a nice long spine, both feet on the floor, both hips on the chair, shoulders align over hips, hands resting gently in our laps, palms up, palms down, whatever's more comfortable for you. Feeling free once more to close your eyes. Moving within to connect with the flow of our breath as we gently feel the air moving in through our nose and out through our nose. Letting our breath flow smoothly, easily, fully and deeply into and out of our body. Seeing if we can lengthen the inhalation and match it with an equally long exhalation. Each of us finding the relaxing rhythm of our breathing. Let's bring our attention to the top of our heads as we relax our facial muscles, our foreheads, our cheeks, our jaw. Relaxing along the sides of our neck, along the tops of our shoulders. Relaxing our upper arms, relaxing our lower arms, relaxing our hands and all 10 fingers. Relaxing our wrists, our elbows, our shoulder joints, and the muscles across the front and back of our shoulders. To relax the muscles along the length of our spine and around our rib cage. Relaxing the muscles across the back of our hips. Feeling both hips sinking fully and comfortably to our chairs. To relax the muscles from our hips to our knees. Relaxing muscles from knees to ankles. Relaxing along the tops of our feet. Relaxing all our toes. And relaxing through the soles of our feet. Feeling both feet gently and fully connected with the earth, grounding us, supporting us in this moment. Our breath is flowing. Our bodies are relaxed. Our minds are calm. You can gently acknowledge any thoughts that flow through and send them on their way. Coming back to the breath, coming back within our bodies, coming back to this moment as we enjoy final relaxation. So please feel free to stay in final relaxation for as long as you'd like. But when you're ready, we're gently going to start waking ourselves up, starting to wiggle our fingers and toes, beginning to move our shoulders and hips, staying in the moment, staying relaxed, staying calm, just gently waking up our bodies. Let's take the last few moments of our practice to just notice how we're feeling, to acknowledge all that our practice offered us today. And with our last inhalation, let's gather up all that we're feeling, all that we need to move back into our evening. And as we exhale, let's bring our hands to our hearts, sealing it all within. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.